Hey watch fans, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today I have for us the Tudor Black Bay Pro on my left, and on my right is the Rolex Explorer II, the 216570 model. Local customer was kind enough to let me grab his and throw these side by side. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a while now, and now that I have them both here in front of me, I figured we'd get after it. So looking at these real quick, obviously you have a 39mm case compared to a 42mm case, so you are going to have a larger case in the Rolex. However, as we go through some of these dimensions, I'm actually surprised that I think it wears smaller than the 42 would indicate. So again, I measured the Black Bay Pro case above the crown, diagonally across at 39.3. And then I also measured it directly across the fixed bezel here from the 3 o'clock to the 9 o'clock at exactly 39mm. So 39mm case. However, the crystal I did measure at 32.3mm. So the crystal, 32.3. See if I can get that to focus in. And on the Rolex case, above the crown, or above the crown protectors, even 42mm and an even 42 across the fixed bezel. Interestingly enough, I measured the Rolex crystal at the exact same 32.3mm. So both of these with the same crystal, and again, I'm looking at them through my camera here. The Rolex crystal still looks larger to me. It must be the white dial. I would love to have the black dial to compare, but I was really surprised that the crystals measured the exact same. So moving along, 14.5mm case thickness on the Black Bay Pro compared to 12.3 on the Rolex Explorer II here. 47.7mm lug tip to lug tip on the Black Bay Pro versus 50mm on the Rolex here. So a little bit thicker, but a little bit shorter lug to lug versus the Rolex here. Again, a little bit longer lug to lug, but a little bit thinner case. I have a 20mm lug width on the Tudor, 21 on the Rolex, and then tapering down the last link on the Tudor, I measured at 16. It was actually like 15.9, I believe, but for all intents and purposes, 16mm versus the Rolex at the last link was 15.4, so about a ½ millimeter smaller. And then at the deployant clasps, we do have the T-fit on here, micro adjustability. Again, pull that out. Sorry, my hands are in the way there, but on the fly adjustability on the T-fit. And the Rolex, we do have micro on this model. Again, this is not the newest, latest in Rolex Explorer II. That would be the 226570. This is the prior gen, which I believe was in production from 2011 to roughly 2021. But you do have some holes in there that you can adjust that. You can see there. So there is some adjustability. You just need a tool to do so. But regardless, still a really nice clasp. And when you look at these clasps side by side, you can see how the T-fit really is starting to resemble the Rolex clasp here. So again, kind of have the ridges in the bracelets. I did also measure the T-fit is a little bit longer. I measured it at 37.5 compared to the Rolex at 36.3. So not quite 1.5 millimeter distance or difference in overall length. However, the T-fit width, I was giving you the dimensions, was 18mm. So again, you got a 20 down to 16, back out to 18. And on the Rolex, a 21 down to 15.4, and then 17.5. So just a little thinner at the last link as well as at the clasp itself. So a little bit more of a taper. Looking at movements, obviously both GMT watches going to have the additional time zone. The Tudor Black Bay Pro is the MT5652 with 70 hours of power reserve. And this 216570 Explorer is the 3187 movement with roughly 50 hours of power reserve. So if you're familiar with the Explorer, the newer 226570 got the updated movement with the 70 hours of power reserve. So the newer one would closely resemble or closely have the same amount of power reserve. So again, I think they're both great looking watches. I also weighed them, 171.5 grams on the full stainless steel bracelet here for the Black Bay Pro. And for the Rolex, it's actually missing a link, but I had the link. I was able to weigh it with that link, 158.4. So you're looking at about 15 gram difference in total weight. And really, again, just both, I think, classically designed. I really enjoy looking at both of them. I think aesthetically, they both look and feel great. I don't know that there's, I'm not trying to say there's a winner here. It's really just what's your personal preference. When you get into pricing, obviously, there is a significant difference there. The Tudors just had a price increase January 1st. So the Black Bay Pro is now $4,150 on the stainless steel bracelet. And I won't even discuss used pricing on these. However, the new 226570 models are $9,650. So you're looking at a little more than double the price. So again, both fantastic watches. I really don't think you can go wrong with either. I just wanted to kind of do this side by side. I thought it was great. Let me throw these on wrist quick. We'll do a lume shot. Again, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist for reference. Admittedly, if you've seen any other videos where I review the Black Bay Pro, I'm a huge fan. I certainly expect to add this to my personal collection here soon enough. Just really like the look of it. I like the poppy yellow. Haven't seen too many of these come through, are pre-owned. And like I said, a customer was kind enough to let me use his here for this review. So this one is not available. However, it's great. If you like the white, the pop of orange, again, the color is great. The 42 is a little bit larger on my wrist, even though it is thinner. I do have a preference for my wrist on the 39 Black Bay Pro. But again, both really just great watches, both great GMT options. But if you stuck around and tuned in this long, I'm going to hit the lume here real quick, or hit the lights, hit the lume. Again, I'm in a low lit room here right now, some computer monitors behind me, but you can certainly see you have the green lume on the Black Bay Pro versus the blue here on your Rolex. Both look really good. Camera is a little not focusing on here, but wanted to share both. Let me hit the lights again real quick. If you're still with me and you're still viewing, greatly appreciate it, but I want to ask one additional question. And that is, I just showed you the Black Bay Pro and the Explorer II. If you're in the market for a GMT watch, would you go with one of those, or would you go with the Pepsi? I'm throwing these in at the end. These are actually both in our pre-owned case right now. We have the new on bracelet as well with the Tudor, but I figured I'd ask the folks here. Appreciate you viewing the channel. Do you go Pepsi, or do you go Black Bay Pro, Explorer II for your GMT selection from Tudor or Rolex? So, as always, thanks for viewing. Greatly appreciate it. If there's anything I can do for you, shoot me an email, brad@brentlmiller.com, and we'll see you in the next video.